Freedom is a much misunderstood concept. Most people view it as an opportunity for unbridled fun and pleasure. However, in resisting external regulations, unwittingly they become slaves of their own mind and senses. Their behavior then becomes programmed very much like slot machines. A slot machine is controlled by buttons from the outside and what is inserted into it. Likewise, those who have not learned to tame their lower nature are programmed in their behavior by the buttons of the senses from the outside. True freedom comes through the ability of resisting the urges of our lower nature. And it is on the foundation of such discipline that we rise upwards in life, as the kites do. On the festival of Makar Sankranti, which falls usually on 14th of January, in many states of India, kite flying is a very popular custom. One father was giving his 5-year-old child his first lesson in kite flying. And he said, "My child, the kite is heavier than the air. What is keeping it up?" The child said, "Father, it is the gust of wind that is lifting it." The father said, "No, my child, it is the string tied to it." "But father, the string is pulling it down." The father said, "Release the string and see what happens." When the child released it, the kite began gliding and slowly descended to the ground. The father said, "See, the wind is still blowing. It was the tautness of the string that kept it up." Like that string is the virtue of discipline, which is considered the king of all virtues. If we wish to accomplish anything worthwhile in life, we need to enhance this quality of self-discipline. When we follow a diet, our tongue yearns for fried foods and sugars, but we know that for good health, we'll have to resist those lower urges. When we exercise, the body complains at the discomfort, but we know that to keep old age at bay, we need to tolerate the pain. When your best friend is upset with something that you said or did, it hurts to apologize, but you know to maintain the relationship, you will have to bear with the pain. Likewise, discipline gives you the ability to resist the lower pleasures, no matter how delightful they are, and to embrace the beneficial things, no matter how painful they are. Let us read about this from my latest book, The Power of Thoughts. Do the opposite of the mind's urges. Pleasant and unpleasant situations will both come our way as long as we live. That is the nature of the world. What we need to learn is to tolerate them. The Bhagavad Gita states, Matra sparshastu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkhada agama paino nityasthanstitikshasva bharata. This is the 14th verse of the 2nd chapter. O Arjun, the fleeting perceptions of happiness and distress arise because of the contact between the senses and the sense objects. These come and go like the winter and summer seasons. Remember, they are not permanent. Hence, endure them without being disturbed. This beautiful verse from the Bhagavad Gita provides us with the secret to real freedom, which is the ability to resist the lower urges of the mind and the senses. Meena and Seema were working in the same office, and Seema would become extremely agitated by a particular behavior of Meena. It would just cause her temperature to rise, and she really needed Meena to change, until she realized that her own mind is shackling her, and Meena has her own perceptions of right and wrong behavior and has her own limitations on what she can and cannot do. Let me simply accept her for what she is. The moment she did that, she freed herself from the pullings and tuggings of her own mind. So this mind, which works on the basis of the pleasure principle, doesn't inspire us to do the most beneficial thing, but the thing that minimizes discomfort and maximizes gratification in the moment. We must learn to resist. Likewise, the mind loves gossip. Research shows that 50% of conversation in offices is about others. If it was about their goodness and virtues, it would be beneficial. But most of it is about the defects of the others. Why? The mind loves pondering on the other's defects because it helps us think that we are good because the others are defective. But the saints tell us, look, resist this urge of the mind for fault finding. तू जो औरों की ओर करता है अंगुस्ते नुमाई, देख ये तीन झुकी है तेरी ओर. When we point fingers at others' mistakes, we don't realize that 3 fingers are pointed towards us. And likewise, we love praise for ourselves. When somebody appreciates us, it seems like nectar, but that only feeds the self-seeking mind. And the saints inform us that, look, resist the mind's urge for hearing praise. In fact, do the reverse. Nindak niyare rakhiye, आंगन कुटी छबाय, नित साबुन पानी बिना, निर्मल करे सुभाय. This verse states that if you are serious about cleansing your mind, find a critic who is extremely vituperative in heaping libel upon you. Place that critic in your angan at your home. Offer him respect, put a tilak on his forehead, and request him, please begin. Now tolerate that negative feedback, that criticism, and you will find your mind will start getting cleansed, sabun pani bina, without the application of soap and water so called. Hence, true freedom comes when we resist the wrong thing, no matter how pleasurable it is, and we do the right thing, no matter how painful it is. That freedom is based upon the virtue of discipline, which is the king of all virtues.